After the last devlog, where I basically rebuilt the entire app in 3 days out of guilt, I sat back and decided, let's look at what we have right now. And it was good, like genuinely good. I was proud of it in a way that I hadn't really been before. But something was still bothering me, and I couldn't figure out what it was for a few days. I kept opening the app on my phone, looking at it, closing it, feeling slightly unsatisfied and not really knowing why. The app felt like a game that had happened to track your money, and what it needed to be was actually a finance app that happened to feel like a game. The priorities were switched. And I know that sounds like I'm just swapping the words around, but it's actually a completely different thing. One of them is a toy. The other one is something you'd actually use. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Here is a story for the next week of devlog for Finance Guy. So, May 1st, the first thing I did was look at quests and go, these things just aren't real. Like, visually, they looked great. I mean, you set a savings goal, there's a progress bar, it fills up, very satisfying, for sure. But the bar wasn't actually connected to anything. You could just look at it and feel good without actually moving any money, which is kind of the opposite of what a finance app should do. So I made deposits real. Now when you put money towards a quest, it actually gets recorded in the ledger as a transaction, and that way it's a real entry. Real money movement. And then I built subscriptions. Subscriptions are the things in the back of your mind, the stuff that is coming up, but you quietly forget about it. Netflix, Spotify, that gym membership you haven't used since February, all of it is quietly happening in the background, and the app now tracks all of that, knows when it's due, and logs it automatically. And then I got the app onto an actual iPhone for the first time. And look, I've been staring at this thing in a simulator for months, and a simulator is fine, by the way, don't worry about that. But there's just something about holding it in your hand, seeing the icon on your home screen. That's when it becomes real in a way that laptop screens just don't display. Okay, the next big thing, this is what I'm really the most excited to talk about. The original gamification was you level up, the number goes up, you get some stat chips, very cool, but also very abstract. And that abstraction is a problem, because abstract means nothing to care about. A number going up is fine, but it doesn't make you want to open the app tomorrow. So I scrapped it and built a companion instead. Here's the idea, right? So you have a character, and as you do good financial things, staying in budget, hitting your saving goals, keeping a streak going, you earn gold. And then you can spend that gold on clothes for your companion. There's a full wardrobe here. Of course, it's all grayed out because I'm having my friend do the art. But essentially, you unlock new items by playing well. You can dress them up, change their outfit, build a loadout. The thing is, right, and here's kind of my paradigm for this. Finance apps fail because people stop opening them. And people stop opening them because there's nothing really to look forward to. There's no next thing, it's just a bunch of graphs on your screen. My idea and my hope is that this companion gives you a next thing. You want to see what the next outfit unlock is. You want to keep the streak because the streak is doing something. The financial discipline and the fun thing are now the same action, and hopefully that promotes better financial literacy for a lot of people. And then of course, May 8th rolled around, and this is when I figured out the thing that was kind of bothering me. The app was answering the wrong question. It was showing me numbers, sure, here's what you spent, here's your budget, here's a random chart just to make it look good, and that's fine. But that's not actually what I want to know when I open up a finance app. What I want to know is, do I have money to spend today? That's it. That's the one question. Can I spend money right now? So I built Save to Spend. It's essentially a number that lives on the home screen that tells you exactly that. It accounts for your upcoming bills, your saving commitments, budget pressure, and then it tells you who you actually have available, not just what's in your bank account. This is the actual number that you can spend without causing problems for future you. And so this is the new paradigm shift that I'm going towards. The app doesn't just tell the same information your bank does. No, the app tells you where you're actually at. Instead of mindlessly calculating what your spending should be because hey, this is what I have in my account, here's a subscription coming up, yada yada. No, the app just tells you, hey, this is the money left over after you've already allocated your budget everywhere. And then, of course, I did a little public user-facing test. I asked a bunch of my friends, hey, this is how the app looks right now. And they all hated it. See, the thing is, there's a tension that I kept running into. On one side, you've got the game layer, right? The companion, the wardrobe, the gold, the level up moments. And that kind of wants that UI to feel fantasy-ish, warm, a little medieval almost. With the parchment-inspired coloring. And then on the other side, and my friends were right to point this out, you've got the finance layer. You've seen all these features that I've added. And for a while, I was kind of just bouncing around those two things. I'd lean too far into the game aesthetic, and then it would start looking like a mobile game from like 2002. Or sometimes I'd lean too far into the finance aesthetic, and the companion screen and stuff like that would completely feel out of place. So this is the version that I landed on, and I think it actually works. I've decided that, hey, I'm going to take a little bit step back from the UI being too gamified, made it a little bit more modern, a little bit more sleek, And at the same time, I've kept that personality with the companion, but again, you can see the pixelated fonts are only used in certain places and the like. And of course, with the new UI changes, I decided, hey, I'm going to add a dark mode. So the dark mode is in the app right now, right? So you can toggle it in settings, and I'm genuinely pretty happy with how the light mode looks at this point. It's just a dark mode that I'm a little less sure about. Like, the bones are right, by the way. Like, I mean, it's the same as the light mode. But the actual color choices, I've gone back and forth on them more times than I want to admit. Too dark and it looks flat, not dark enough and it doesn't feel like dark mode. The accent colors that work beautifully on light look slightly off on dark. I can't just use the same brown. And this gold is just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. So genuinely, if you have any opinions about what I could do for the dark mode color schemes, or you've built something that you think nailed it, drop it in the comments. I'm not too proud to ask, but I will read them. I need that right now. And then Blue Eyes. So last devlog, I was pretty proud of Blue Eyes, and I think rightfully so. I could look at a purchase and tell you if it was a bad idea and why. After using it a bunch, I realized it's just not where I want it to be. Here's what it does now. Okay, so when you're about to buy something, and instead of just giving you a vibe, like, oh, it seems risky, maybe don't, it actually breaks it down properly. Can you afford this right now? Is it unusual for you specifically? Are you in the kind of mood where you tend to overspend? But the thing that I actually find the most interesting is the forecasting part. Blue Eyes can now tell you when a risky spending window is coming before you're in it. Like, it looks at your trajectory and goes, hey, the next few days are going to be tight, just so you know. Which means, finally, it's not just reacting to your decisions anymore, it's actually getting ahead of them. And that's the line between a spending tracker and a spending coach. Remember, Finance Guy is meant to be a coach in your pocket. My app is actually going to be there trying to help you before you make a mistake. So yeah, that was another week. Honestly, I'm still a little bit surprised by how much happened. Codex has been saving me, by the way. This is amazing, the progress I'm making. The companion and the wardrobe system, again, my friend hopefully will get art ready by next week, and then we can have some actual good-looking designs. We've got the new paradigm shift with the save to spend home screen. If you guys have any questions about it, by the way, I'll answer them in the comments. Or if you have better ideas, again, leave your ideas in the comments, okay? I feel like as I was using the app the entire week when I had it on my phone, I ran into more and more problems. And so I've been writing down the ideas that I have. But if you see any problem right now, the ones that I missed, please let me know, and I'll make sure to try and add them. Some little minor announcements. I have a Discord server. I forgot to mention in the last video. Go check that out. It's great. We've got a fantastic community. Right now we have a open source project that we're all working on within the Discord server that's on pause until June. So if you want to, please join us. We're building a Discord bot, all of us in the community. It would look great on your resume. You would have open source contributions, all that fun stuff. Another thing, go waitlist Finance Guy. There's a waitlist available over on the website, financeguy.app. Go do that. And then after waitlisting, you should probably come back and like and subscribe. Because guys, I could do the dream thing. I don't know what percentage I have of people that are not subscribed, but I'm pretty sure it's high. So please subscribe.